Let's take a look at today's Daily Dominion. Okay, a lot of stuff going on here. Sentinel is probably the best trasher. Student's okay. Student can really drive your trashing down quickly by top decking itself, but I prefer Sentinel. Hunter is draw for kind of. What does one do? When shuffling, pick a card to go on top per favor. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're probably going to want a lot of importers. Wow. Yeah, this looks like Hunter. So let's talk about draw. Hunter, aside from some of the cards underneath the mixed piles, Hunter's like the only kind of good draw here, but it essentially doesn't work unless you have treasures in your deck. Putting a contract in the deck wouldn't be the worst, or a couple. The other way we could draw is Capital City spending the money that's generated from what? I suppose Galleria is the only real money generator. Some of the mixed piles. There's some draw within the townsfolk with Blacksmith, especially paired with Elder. Where's our plus buy? It's something I always forget to look for is plus buy. Galleria. So Galleria gaining, or when I buy, like, again, a lot of this might be, we might do this opportunistically, but I wouldn't mind an underling. That way we could use Order of Astrologers every shuffle. Funny enough, I think the wizard pile looks like something I don't really need here. Sorcerer, you typically like Sorcerer as it's practically a familiar, but there's a decent amount of trashing on the board, so I'm not going to go out of my way to go for it. Conjurer is a great card, but we already have a strong gainer with Importer. Distant Shores might be very nice to have because the states we gain will be able to trash with the Sentinel, probably. Sunken Treasure is a good gainer. And Voyage Turns, what are you going to accomplish in a Voyage Turn? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a lot happening here. So what am I opening? I actually think that going for Galleria somewhat early, being able to get those in play will be great, so that we can pick up multiple, underlings and whatever happens to be available on these other piles. I'm almost certainly starting with a Sentinel. I don't know if I really want to risk collision between a Sentinel and an Importer. What if I do take one student to open up the Conjurers? Conjurer, again, needs village support. Okay, I'm definitely opening with a Sentinel. Get some trashing going. They've started with Importer. And am I going to take a silver? Like all these five costs will be very nice to have mixed in a bunch of them. So heading for 5 quickly will be nice. Of course, importer is just gaining those, but I want to get thin. So do I actually want a sentinel paired with a silver? Well, I can guarantee myself a 5 here, right? I can put silver, 3 copper. Then I'm trashing 2 estates. Yeah. Let's see how this works out. I know this means the next hand is kind of weak. That's fine. So I have 4 down there. I think I'll take a capital city. Well, it's like the village part of it is wasted at the moment. If I take a Galleria now, then as long as it doesn't collide with the Sentinel, I could... am I going to be able to spike 8 though? Probably not yet. Capital City will help me trash with the Sentinel, because I can discard things that I wanted to trash. So I think now I'm taking the importer. I do have village support for it. I might take another one. I'm either taking an... I want here either an importer or an underling. Well, I also want to be able to nab a voyage, because we can do things like trash or play importers on the voyage turn. Okay, what am I gaining here? Terminal space is going to be important. With the number of importers and gallerias that we want to play. So I don't want to let the AI get all of them, the capital cities that is. Do I want to draw? I haven't tracked very well. I should know what this last card is. So I just gained a capital city. The other 5 cards down there are a silver, a copper, I think another copper. I think I just didn't play all my treasures. So it's silver, copper, copper, maybe a state. That means this last card here is a copper. So I think I'll just play it like this. Am I taking another importer? What I've seen the AI do sometimes in the past that really gets me is loading up on tons of importers. It can really give you crazy pile control, and I've turned into I've lost to something like that a few times. Okay, I think I should draw on here. Okay, good. Well, I mean, it would have been nice to be able to trash that stuff with Sentinel. Am I taking another importer? It seems ridiculous, but next turn I'll be able to gain 2 capital cities. Like, I want to take another importer. How many do I have? 3? The AI probably has 2. They just bought one. I mean, they also opened with 1. So I have 3. I think I'm taking another one. I'll be able to gain a whole bunch of capital cities, so I'm not worried about terminal space on them. And then it's going to be a game of, watching piles. Okay, they gain a contract. Okay. Should I gain 2 capital cities? I think I should draw on here. Hopefully get more, see more capital cities and importers. Oh no! I've trashed 2 coppers, I think. So there's only a couple of coppers down there. So the Sentinel's probably not worth it. So I think I just play the 2 importers, and that's it. Tempted to throw in 1 hunter here. Okay. So I can definitely trash that estate now. Put 2 importers in play. So I've got 4 importers. I'm probably, I mean, it looks like I'm overkill in capital cities here now. I don't have a lot of money. Ooh. Another importer? I feel like I've backed myself into not the greatest position, having like not a lot of money. I never worked in that Galleria like I wanted to. Could do it here. At some point I'm going to have to start greening. You know, I'll be able to gain a lot of duchies, which, you know, the hunters are not too bad for. So here, I think I want to go with a Galleria and a hunter. The Galleria will help me get money, extra buys as well. The hunter, like my draw isn't really anything to be happy about. Okay. Am I trashing more coppers here, though? So, and then what am I playing first? Does it even matter? Okay. 3 importers down. You know, I said earlier that underlings would be nice to have, but I feel like I don't really need those anymore. Are distant shores a thing that I should worry about going for? I could then pick up an old map and say another importer. Ooh, you know what? Hunter works very well with distant shore. Well, you know what? If I do that, I might pick up 2 old maps to really rush towards distant shore. How would their deck handle it? 3 importers in play. Those could be like a mixture of capital cities and hunters. What have they got in play? An importer and a contract. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to see what that action is under the contract. The set aside action. It doesn't say. Are set aside cards face up? I don't know. Like how are we ending the game here with any points? This is almost certainly going to end with some empty piles, right? You know, they've been having some pretty strong turns. They have a huge number of favors, but favors aren't really super important anymore. Well, it's nice to top deck something like Hunters or Capital Cities. If I take 2 old maps, this might be too slow though, going for Distant Shores. Because you know, if I took 1 old map now, there's no way I'm rotating this. If I take 2 old maps, I can rotate twice, but what I could do is use an importer to gain the last old map and rotate twice to Distant Shores, but I'm only going to be buying 1 Distant Shore. Meanwhile, they're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. I think what I'm going to do here is gain 2 importers. So these 3 will be in play next turn, so I have like a lower action space that I need. So I can fill up, I could get 2 importers, but I'm going to be using these 3 importers to gain, I'll probably gain 2 capital cities and a hunter. And then we really, you know, we have to watch piles. And hopefully we can just empty piles quickly with a small number of points ahead. Yeah, the favors are kind of nice when you haven't fully trashed everything down. I wish I had some, but... Uh-oh. A province, huh? So that's going to be difficult because, like, I'm not equipped to afford provinces. But if I go here, I think double capital city and a hunter. So I need to discard importers here to draw on. Or wait. Maybe I should have played the Galleria first and used that money to draw on. So there's quite a few treasures down here, I think. I've discarded 2 coppers. Oh, okay, stand corrected. I don't think I'm using the Sentinel much anymore. How about Galleria, capital city? No, I want money. I'm not gonna do this. Oh man. Maybe now I draw on. What is down there? There's a hunter, there's some coppers. So this won't do anything, right? I'll be able to trash coppers. Is that something I want to do? So I realize now that if I have like a mixture of Gallerias and capital cities, I can play Gallerias and capital cities to draw off their money and still be up 1. Well, if I play this, it at least top decks those capital cities in the discard pile. have another hunter down there. What am I buying? The last importer. So I have like no money. I'm a little bit lost on myself here as to whether I should be doing this. Could throw in another importer. Like if I've got 4 importers incoming on turns, that's a lot of duchies. Okay, they're going to province. Oh, are they? Can they afford to province again? Yep. This is rough. This is rough. If I gain 4 duchies, and I'm able to get 4 importers in play, then that's swell. You know, what are they going to do next turn? Oh, but they're just going to import duchies. Oh, man. Yeah, it's such a funny juggling game. Let's see what happens. See if the AI ruins my day. I need to get my importers in play. I could buy a duchy here. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, they gain the duchy. So, like, at most they can buy 1 province, right? Unless they generate tons of money to be able to afford, like, province estate. What'd they do? They gained a province. So if I double duchy, I'm tied with them. Oh my god, I think I won. Look at that. Ugh, what a game. I love it. What am I doing here? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I'm not going to try and max my score or anything. I want to keep the video short, and I gotta go to work. So, excellent, really cool kingdom. I feel like there was a lot of stuff going on here that I didn't really get to touch. You know, I've sort of slept on importer in the past. I have played games where I've had tons of them, like I did in this one, but I sometimes don't see the opportunity for when that's a good thing to go for. So. Yeah, this really shows the power of that card. It can absolutely destroy the piles very quickly, although it's not necessarily a high scoring type strategy. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you probably tomorrow. I forgot to copy the clipboard. Oh well, if you're interested, they can just watch the video.